Now, recently I watched a video from Iron. I suggest you guys go and subscribe to him. He's a great YouTuber. He's been on here for a while, and he's actually like one of my friends I've known for like years now. So go ahead and go give him a subscribe. He's very awesome. He talks about all like things Gotham Knights and the Batman and stuff like that. So go give him a subscribe. It's always helpful for the community. But he was talking about the Batman and like why everybody has this fascination with like Mr. Freeze. Because when you really look at it, when you look at everybody's like list for the Batman villains, it like kind of goes Two-Face or like Harvey Dent, the Court of Owls, and then like the top of the list almost 99% of the time it's like Mr. Freeze. Everybody wants Mr. Freeze in this universe, and like genuinely speaking, he's almost overrated to the extent like right now being the like Batman sequel villain. Like everybody wants him, and it's a very funny like thing to look at as a Batman fan, because like he is in many regards, like Ironson said in his video, to Batman fans, he is kind of like an A-lister. He is a character that is like one of the most popular within the Batman fans. But within the mainstream media, he's like a C-lister. He is really, really bottom tier when you look at shows like Gotham, when you look at shows like movies like Batman and Robin. I guess like Batman, the animated series, kind of gave him a bit of a redemption in the mainstream media, but that wasn't like, you know, the big boost he needed. Like something like what the Batman can do, which can obviously change the complete perspective on the character totally, which would be nice to see, kind of like what happened with Riddler recently. And Mr. Freeze really has been like screwed over in the media a lot. Like at least for Batman and Robin, like that was just, man, they were really, no matter if they were trying to make a good movie or not, like they just really dropped the ball on his portrayal. Like there was a lot that could have been done, like emotionally speaking. Like it was so easy. They were given such an easy character, even if they had Arnold Schwarzenegger. But either way, they obviously could have made something like gold. And I personally think that Mr. Freeze as a character has that type of gold there. And like Ironton said, if you look at the Arkham games, he actually has a complete arc from Arkham City, or actually if you could do it chronologically, Arkham Origins, Arkham City to Arkham Knight. There's a full arc of Mr. Freeze there. And it's shocking how much depth this character has within this universe when you really look at it. And even when you go and look at the little moments of this game, of all the games, there are moments of Mr. Freeze that are just astounding, that can easily be translated onto screen. And I genuinely think that would be a good idea for the Batman world, because really we don't really need another grounded villain. Like I'm really hope that they don't do that for the next movie. And I'm not gonna be like mad or disappointed, but like I think the right direction to go would be a more fantastical villain, kind of flesh out the world a little bit. And Mr. Freeze is a good balance of that, because he's not really that fantastical. He's kind of based more along the lines of science. It's like science fiction in a way. It's a man whose body got frozen, needs to be in sub-zero temperatures all the time, and just makes a suit in an ice gun. That's not like the most far-fetched thing. There are a lot crazier shit that goes on in the Batman universe, and Mr. Freeze is not one of the craziest things. So I think that would still be something that they could do realistically. Even if they don't go the full he's like blue route, I think that they probably would go that route. I think you know, Matt Reeves is smart enough to go that route. But if they do like not go that route, I'll be okay with it too, because like if they go with the Nora storyline, that's okay as well. Like if they try to make Mr. Freeze into something that he's not, into something like the New 52, where like he just kidnaps this random fucking actress and now he's like just an evil bad guy who's like a kidnapper. Please don't make Mr. Freeze a sex trafficker. Oh my good lord. Oh no. This would be that would be bad. That would be a twist I don't think anybody would see coming. Holy shit. I actually can like see somebody doing that to Mr. Freeze now. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, they already did that with like Nora in the New 52, where they made him kidnap her. And that's just like one of the worst storylines ever. So as long as they stay away from that, we're good. We're A-okay. I just hope that they don't go too crazy and they stick with like him being a very sympathetic and very, you know, like understandable villain. And if they do go the route of Mr. Freeze, they can easily bring in the hopeful route where Bruce is kind of trying to rehabilitate these characters instead of just like beating them up and sending them to Arkham for them to rot for the rest of their lives and calling them a nobody.
You think you'll be remembered? You're a pathetic psychopath, begging for attention. You're gonna die alone in Arkham. A nobody! No!
Like, holy shit, Batman, calm down. You could have been a little bit nicer to Riddler. He at least probably could have told you his plan. Jesus. Like, at least, like, with Mr. Freeze, there could be, like, a conversation there. And then you also have, like, that Ferris Boyle type of storyline where that could also translate to Bruce Wayne and him having to be a little bit more open with the public and, you know, kind of, like, integrating himself with people like Ferris Boyle, who are responsible for, like, almost killing Mr. Freeze and his sick wife. Like, that's something that would be, you know, very fun to play with in a movie about, you know, corruption in Gotham and, you know, people being evil and kind of a new Batman being more hopeful. And Mr. Freeze kind of, he just seems like he's the right fit there, you know, that there's like a tone of like hopefulness and redemption there for almost all the characters in play, from Ferris Boyle all the way down to Bruce Wayne, with Mr. Freeze kind of right down the middle. And that's something that I think that would be kind of fun to play around with. So, you know, there are many things that can definitely work if you use Mr. Freeze. And again, I think that why most people want him is because realistically, for the next step in the Batman universe, Mr. Freeze kind of does seem like a logical step. Maybe have like a side villain that's really, really evil. Like, I don't know, not Killer Croc. If you have Killer Croc, you got to put him in a different movie. Because if you want to have Mr. Freeze be sympathetic, you can't have Killer Croc also be sympathetic. You have to add like fucking Scarecrow or some shit. That would be fun to see. Maybe have Mr. Freeze team up with Scarecrow or team up with like some other, maybe Poison. Do it. Do Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy. Do Batman and Robin. Redo that shit and make it 10 times better. Oh my god, introduce Robin. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking too much about it. But that would be really, really cool if they have somebody who is evil alongside him, like a, you know, eco-terrorist, and he kind of switches his way halfway through. Either way, the video that Irongen made was very in-depth and very good, and most of the things that I take from, of course, you know, this video are mainly from him, and a lot of the inspiration is from him, because he did make very, very good points, and the video was very well made. So go check him out and go subscribe to him. You know, I personally can't wait to see what Matt Reeves does. I think that he probably will put Mr. Freeze in there just because he's kind of being influenced by all sides. I don't know if the Court of Owls is really the right step to go, right? It doesn't seem like that's the most logical step to do for the next Batman movie, because you already did corruption in Gotham that was kind of underneath the surface, that wasn't known to the public. So if you do another one, it's kind of like, you know, it's repetitive. So you kind of have to make another gap, and maybe even do like another trilogy where you start that trilogy off with another corruption thing where it's like the Court of Owls, but it's like much larger and you have a more broader audience, or sorry, broader cast that can play a part within that. You've already built this world, and now you show that this world has actually always been controlled by a different faction. That'd be nice. But either way, the Court of Owls, like Two-Face, I don't think Two-Face would work in the next movie. You got to kind of set that up too, and you can't do it like Nolan. So you got to have him in multiple movies and kind of make sure that you don't really like just throw him in there for like half the movie. Now he's Two-Face. Like, you got to kind of balance that out. And honestly, I really genuinely hope that they do go Mr. Freeze. I think Matt Reeves, again, has probably been influenced by a lot of like the executives and most likely even the fans themselves. You know, a lot of people really, really want that character to be in the next movie. So I can see him doing that. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think that Matt Reeves is going to go that route with Mr. Freeze? And tell me why you think most people really, really want this character to be the main villain in the next Batman movie. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.